Hi, my people. Welcome to 100 Days of Data with Miss Mailiana. It's day 74. So, we've gone through the basics of data analytics. We've also gone through some of the tools as well. So, where I was seated behind a laptop and screen recording, we've also had that. We've also had the steps, workflows in different sectors or different steps in data analytics. This is to help you have the whole information you need, so I hope you've learned a lot as well. So now we are wrapping up and getting to the final destination, which is the 100th video. And we are getting into something interesting, which is going to help us move on to the next phase of this particular channel. That is business intelligence, right? So as you learn data analytics, you will hear people talk about business intelligence, being a business analyst, and all that. And one of the largest way a lot of people make money is through business. Okay, so there are lots of things that comes into the business sector that you have to know. So if you are learning data analysis and you want to enter into the business route, you can actually be a business intelligence analyst or a business analyst. So that means that if you had an undergrad in business, like maybe you did business management, you can actually move in to become a business analyst after you've taken some courses under data analytics to equipping you with the right tools. All right, so let's find out what business intelligence is and then we move on from there. All right, so think of this way. In business, when people buy something, most let's say the business is a buy and sell business. Okay, so when someone buys, the seller gives out a receipt. Now there are so many people that run shifts, so they take attendance, right, for the staffs. The also we get the customer details for the receipts given, and then now we look at the payment reports. That is how they paid, through cash, check, and all those things as well. So all these activities and other more in the business are recorded, and these are data, right? The work of a business analyst or business intelligence analyst is that business intelligence find a way to connect all the data together to form like an ecosystem or a circle that, oh, the receipt feeds into this, attendance of the staff feed into this, so you become like the brain making sure the business runs well. So hence business intelligence, so you have the intelligence of the business at your fingertips. So at this point, see, if I keep saying that all these things you are learning, you become a stakeholder, I mean it. I mean it. Yes. So that is actually it. So think of business intelligence as a connector, right? So business intelligence becomes a connector, right? Becomes a connector that connects all activities, records that are kept in the business together. Okay. All right, so let's move on to the next phase of this video. The three major sections for your connector. All right, so the three major sections for your connector is the people in the business. So we will have the stakeholders. All right, we have the customers, we have the staff, and what have you. These are the three major ones that are in the business, right? The staff running the business, the stakeholders, which is the founder, CEO, managers, and all that, the customers as well. We also have something like maybe the suppliers, um if it's a buy and sell as well, right? So these are the people in the business. So your intelligence has to cut across the people. You have to know the stakeholder and what they want. So let's take it from one after the other. So you have to know the stakeholders and what they want. So if we say stakeholder one is the founder, the founder wants to actually say January there's a new year staff meeting or a new year business meeting for the whole business to see where we are moving forward. Or most of the time they do that end of year meeting, right? Now the stakeholder will tell you that, oh, me as a founder, we have 5 branches. I look forward that at the end of the year we have 2 extra branches, making it 7. So the founders intelligence or the founder's POV, or what the founder wants is what? Two extra branches open. You as the intelligence of the business have to have that in mind. The manager now will say that okay, the founder says we would have to expatiate and get two new branches, right? That means that's more work because salespeople have to bring more sales so that we make more profit so that we can expand. And also, market research people will have to go and research where we need to take the market to, or we need to take the branch to. So now the manager is now going to draft all those things, and you also keep that as an intelligence so that it's always like you are a connector, you're connecting everybody together, right? Still on stakeholders. So you've gotten the founders and the managers of the branches. Now the customers are also stakeholders. Sorry. Well, customers are also stakeholders some way. The customers are the way you are also going to make sure that the profits comes in. So now the people handling the customers, maybe which are maybe the staff, right? The sales reps and all that who are dealing with the customers. So if a sales rep, let's say we have five still a sales rep, right? Now, the five sales rep is one for each branch. So that means that there has to be two extra one. If I was the manager, I will employ two extra sales people to learn from the best two from this five. So that it's like you are prophesying into getting into the getting the two branches. Or this you pick your two best and give them a task to bring to expatiate. So, well, I'm giving so much business gems now. So let me revise and let's get back to business intelligence as well. So now you are going to connect, like the staff are the people that are doing the activity. So customers, you see, I was almost going into my masterclass elements of business, right? So the customers will now you now have to say, okay, maybe you have a customer data of 500. So if we need more people to get more money, like marketing and all those things, so now those stakeholders, those intelligence has to come in play. Then now the staff now breaks it down to know what to do. Then the suppliers that will bring you the goods, if we have to expatiate and get new suppliers and all those things has to come. Now, with all that I have said, right, the process comes in. Let's say buy and sell. So actually, if you say buy and sell, it's something like a circle, right? But like the process is you get goods from suppliers, right? Right? It goes into we stock up warehouse, right? So that's the processes involved. All right. What's another one? What's another one? What's another process that is involved? We stock up shop, or we stock up the, should I say shop or branch? Okay, let's say branch. We stock up the branch, right? Ads goes out, ads and marketing, right? So ads goes out there. But daily sales. So these are the processes that are involved in the business, right? So every business is not this, but we are using buy and sell as a business, right? So that's the process. So you have to now understand, okay, how is the goods, how do we get the goods? How much do we get the goods? Your goal is to make sure that the business is running to growth. Okay, let me you're running to growth, right? So growth is what we are all looking for as well. So now you have to make sure your business is running to growth as well. So this processes, you have to find a way to connect them. Remember, you are a connector if you're a business intelligence analyst. Now the tools you use, right? So probably you have a software, right? Probably have a software for stock keeping that gives you your data, right? The stock that comes in that gives you your data, right? So you can use tools like maybe SQL and other things for your data storage and management as well. Another tool could be a software for receipts, right? So software for receipts as well. You have to know the software, so you become the brain literally, because you know the people and what they want in the business. You know the process that gets the things done, right? So yeah, you know the process that gets the thing done. You know the process of how money comes into the business so that we can expand for the stakeholder. You know how stock is kept so that customers will get their goods. You know how arts are made so that we get more customers. You know how daily sales go so that we know how the staffs run their activities. So you are the brain. Now the tools are okay. We know the software that runs stock keeping. We know the software that gives out receipts. So you can, at the end of the day, you can go check the receipts and all that as well. So now you become an intelligence person as well. So I would give a second example and then we call it a close for today, right? I had a lot of notes here, but I think I like what I am going to do with this. All right. Okay. So let's go. I'm taking another. You're still a connector if you're a business intelligence person, right? Okay, so now let's take it to my business, right? Let's say service. My service is teaching, right? Okay, so the people, right? Okay, the people, the process, the tools. Okay. All right, so the people is the lead. Let's see, the stakeholder. The stakeholder is me. The lead instructor is me. Everything is me. But then, let's say the founder. So lead instructor, lead tutors, just for space. Learners, right? So these are my major stakeholders. In fact, there's supposed to be staff, but that's a now, right? Maybe let me just add staff here, right? The process is onboarding students, onboarding learners, right? Um, teaching calendar, right? The teaching times of teaching, right? We also have the process of onboarding learners, teaching payments ways, right? Payments, marketing processes, right? For more students and all that as well. So now my tools are, I use YouTube for teaching as well. I use Google, right? So these are my tools. I think these are the two major things I use actually. I use social media. Let's put social media. In fact, YouTube is social media, but then let's put social media for marketing, right? So these are my tools as well. So this is not buy and sell. So for this one, the founder has a different. I don't want to go into so much details about this because it's my business, right? So the founder has its own. The founder has her own has her own business, her own goal. Like, okay, you are teaching. At the end of the day, this is where I want to go to. At the end of the day, I want to get one. I want to hit one. In fact, as of now, we have to hit 1,000 subscribers as soon as we can because there's a news. Yeah, so hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Lead tutor. Train, like a lead tutor has to train at least 30 people in a month and make sure that at least 200 people, like, they are all that intelligence that counts. The learners want to become this so and so they want to maybe become a good data analyst that is also there. The staff are there to teach, are there to make sure onboarding goes well and all that, payment is done, marketing is done as well. So you have to know, okay, this is what the founder wants and can do. This is what lead tutor does on a daily basis and what they want. This is what the learners want and what you can do, right? And then this is what the staff also do. So you talk about what the founder does and what they want. Okay, so it's a want. Lead is also to do and achieve, right? Learners is to achieve something, so that's why they came. The staff too is to do and achieve as well. So now onboarding, how is the onboarding done? Teaching, how is teaching conducted? Payments, where is the payments, like where does the payments go to? Marketing, how is marketing done, where is it done at, and all those things, who does the marketing and everything. You have to know this intelligence as well. Then you have to know the tools. So if you know how things are done here, you also know how the tools are done. So at the end of the day, when you go into a meeting as a business intelligence person, you are more of like what everybody is saying you have to know. That's basically it, and that brings you as a connector. Why does this matter though? Right? You actually work as someone who understands the audience from any sector. So when you stand and you say you are a business intelligence person, or sorry, business intelligence analyst, when you stand as a business intelligence analyst for a particular industry, let's say the marketing industry, you are supposed to know for no, not me not say a marketing industry for a company, you are supposed to know what the company wants and everything that has to do with the company, the CEOs and everything, and what the customers want from that company. So you are the intelligence that is going to make sure that the customer gets satisfied, the business also gets satisfied. So that is where the connector word comes in as well. Another reason is that you identify the audience as well and then know identify problems when problems set in, right? So as an analyst, your goal is to make sure that there's growth. So if something is hindering the growth, you have to check it out, right? You have to make sure that, okay, I think there's going to be this problem if we don't solve it. So we have to check it out. So you as an analyst, you have to go through that process of you as a business intelligence analyst, you have to go through that process of knowing your audience and the problems that the business could cause or could face. Right? Note, you are kind of like connectors, so a connector. So you do, though your main goal is to make sure the business grows, if the business will grow, the customers will have to be what? Satisfied. So sometimes the customers may bring a problem, so that becomes a customer problem targeting to the business. Maybe it may not necessarily be a business problem, but since it's a customer problem, it becomes a business problem to solve it so that everything goes normal as well. Sometimes it's a business problem that may affect the customers coming back, so we have to solve it. So you have to be able to detect all that as well. Another thing is you do all this with what? Evidence. You are not going to be someone who explains I had no evidence. You are going to find out, okay, this is a problem the customer is facing. And I think with this and that, with the evidence we have here. And in fact, how would you know that there's a problem? Your data always comes in. So all this information that we are saying here, which I have written and I'm talking about, all has to do with my beautiful word, data. Because if you have data on the people and you have data on the process and you have data on the tools, then you know when there's a challenge here, you will know. Because let's say you have meetings and you gather the data you need. You get to know if there's going to be a problem. If there is a problem, and you get to find out how to solve it as well. So in a nutshell, business intelligence is the connector of all business activities from the people, the process, and the tools that are used in the business. And this helps you know the audience very well in terms of business audience or the customer audience. In fact, the whole audience in general, and you get to know and identify the business problems as early as possible, and use evidence, which is data, to give the right move ahead or the right instructions and right actions to move with as well. All right. Okay, so that brings us to the end of today's video as well. I am tempted to share my notes. So I have notes on the 100 days of data, that's like all the topics that we are sharing from day 1 to day 100. I'm tempted to share it, and I think I'll share it in our WhatsApp community. So this is my invitation to you, that if you haven't joined our WhatsApp community, use the link in the description to join us on WhatsApp so we can learn together. I'm going to share the notes there. All right, bye for now. Thank you so much for watching with us and for learning with us. Bye for now. Sorry about that.